Good morning, students. Today's lecture is about in vitro drug dissolution rate testing. These are the contents which we are going to discuss in this lecture. It's a dissolution rate and dissolution of tablets and capsules, official methods of dissolution and non-official methods. What do you mean by dissolution? It's a process in which a solid substance solubilizes in a solvent. It's a mass transfer from the solid surface to the liquid phase. A dosage form such as tablets, capsules, ointments can be tested for dissolution to determine the amount and rate at which a solution forms. A drug's capacity to dissolve is crucial to both its bioavailability and therapeutic efficacy. Dissolution rate is defined as the amount of solid substances goes into solution per unit time under standard conditions of temperature, pH and solvent compositions and constant surface area. We will see the absolute or intrinsic solubility. It's defined as the maximum amount of solute dissolved in a given solvent under standard conditions of temperature, pressure and pH. So now we are going to see about the dissolutions of tablets and capsules. So the things which are going to happen in a solid medicines form such as instant release tablets is inserted in the gastrointestinal tract or a beaker of water. So disintegrations is first one. It's a first step which is going to carry out, fragmenting the tablet into small pieces. The next step is in this deaggregations, the granules fracturing into separate pieces. The last phase in this is dissolution. The active medication eventually dissolves and it's released into solution. Drug release must finally occur through the time. It's a dependent process of dissolution in order for the drug to be absorbed or have a pharmacological impact. Solid dosage form, which is disintegrated into granules or aggregates, and this deaggregations of fine particles. So this granules, it's getting into dissolution. That is the one phase, and drug in dissolution, and then the drug which is reaching into the blood and other fluid and tissues. This is the flow chart of this drug dissolution. Directly the solid dosage form which can be dissolved and in dissolution, and then it is getting into blood and other fluids and tissues. So if the granules, if it is deaggregated, and it will be a fine particles, so these fine particles directly dissolved. So now you will find that that fine particles is dissolved and then it is reaching into the blood and other fluids and tissues. Let us say the official methods of dissolution rate. So the name of the apparatus which is given in one side and another side it's a drug product. Rotating basket, and it's a tablets we are using here. And in parallel method we are using tablets, capsules, modified release products, suspensions. In reciprocating cylinders we have the extended release drug product, and in the flow type of cells, low water soluble drugs which is used in this case. And for transdermal drug product we have the apparatus called a paddle over disc, and this cylindrical apparatus also which is used for the transdermal drug product, and a reciprocating disc which is used for extended drug release product, and the same extended release drug product can be tested using rotating disc method. The rotating basket, it's first apparatus. It's made of borosilicate glass and can store up to 1000 ml. The bottom of the shape is hemispherical and the soft is composed of stainless steel. The cylinder basket is secured in the soft and its smooth rotation and requirement its rotational speed adhered to the suggested USP. It is commonly referred as rotating basket. 100 RPM is the typical speed limit. It is utilized for delayed release, floating dosage forms, suppositories, and tablets or capsules. And this is the apparatus. You can see here the rotating basket is placed along with the soft, and here the 40 ms screens are present in that basket, and inside you can find the tablet is placed. And here we have taken this dissolution medium in this vessel. The next model is paddle method. A coated paddle that lessens storing disturbances is included with this carefully designed device. It appears that it has a blade that touches the soft bottom. The paddle device is made of stainless steel. Additionally, a platinum wire keeps the capsules from floating. The paddle is maintained at 37 degrees Celsius and the motor speed is typically 40 RPM. The position shown in the current ESP is maintained for the paddle. The motor speed is 25 RPM for suspensions and 50 for capsules. And this is the image for this paddle method, and we have placed the tablet inside and the paddle blade is there and it is connected with the soft, and we have taken you can see the paddle structures. The next model is a reciprocating cylinder method. When we develop new products for controlled release preparations, the dissolving device is typically taken into considerations. So this is done in order to facilitate the release of its items into the gastrointestinal tracts by subjecting them to a variety of mechanical and physicochemical conditions. It's a simple drug test procedure with no issues with the pH values of its solutions. Chewable pills with the prolonged release are made with it. And this is the structure of this reciprocating cylinder. And you can see that the cylinder is placed. In that cylinder, we are placing the dosage form. The next method is flow-through cell method. It is composed of two types, closed systems and open systems. The open system, new dissolving medium is pumped into the cells followed by fractions that are received. Here, every half an hour, the fractions are drawn, and it is recommended to perform the dissolving test using this instrument at optimal sink conditions. In contrast, the dissolving medium is poured into the circle in a closed system without being replaced by a new medium. Small amounts are tested, and it is typically used for medications with a low dosage. Often utilized for implants, the flow through the cell apparatus is saved like a reservoir. And this is the image of this flow through cell method it is. So this flows through cell apparatus. We are placing the dosage form and it is connected with the pump. This pump will serve this media and it is passed through the flow through dosage form. Then after passing into the filter, this flow is reached to the collector samples. Paddle over the disc method. It features a soft and a disc assembly that allows it to hold the product so that the paddle may level the surface. The disc assembly is attached to the paddle. It has a 900 ml volume capacity, and this is the image of the paddle over disc method. The next model is rotating cylinder. It has a stainless steel cylinder and uses a vessel rather than a basket cylinder. The device is set up to follow the cylinder on caprofon. The dose amount is inserted into the cylinder and it is taken out and poured into the water bath. The transdermal patches for this drug testing disintegration in pharma have the issue in that they cannot be trimmed into a smaller sizes. Reciprocating disc method. This equipment has 50 to 200 ml capacity, flat bottomed cylinder shaped vessels. And it is dish-shaped holder is used here. Additionally, transdermal patches are produced and the dosage is removed while submerged in water. Only tiny quantities are applicable and it is utilized for controlled release forms. And you can see these different images in this disc model, cylinder, pointed rod, spring holder and angled disc. And we have the non-official methods called tumbling method, rotating disc method, rotating bottle method, intrinsic dissolution method, peristalsis method, Sartorius apparatus, beaker method and dialysis method. In tumbling method, this is used for rotating drum to rotate the dose from form inside tubes or bottles. Rotating filter method, the dose form is placed in a 12 mesh wire cloth basket which is attached to a spinning filter assembly that is powered by magnetism, and the sample is taken out for analysis using a rotating filter. In rotating disc method, this non-disintegrating tablets are disc mounted in a plexiglass holder, one surface exposed to the dissolution medium. The holder is vibration free because it is fixed to a metal shaft. The tablet was submerged in 200 ml of 37 degrees Celsius dissolving fluid at a temperature of 1 inch below the surface in a 500 ml flask with 3 round bottoms and a 550 rpm pump. Samples were collected and their drug content was measured. Beaker method, that is the next one. You have 400 ml beaker with 250 ml of 0.1 normal HCl at 37 degree as dissolution medium. 3-blade polyethylene stirrer with a 5 cm diameter and agitations, and it revolves 60 revolutions per minute. Stirrer is submerged in a medium and in the center to a depth of 2.7 cm. Samples are taken out and their contents are analyzed. Dialysis method, 32 mm inflatted membrane makes of the cells and it is plugged with a tightly fitting cylindrical perspex box at the bottom. The elastic band is used to secure the thin perspex ring that is put into the tube to hold the upper end of the tube. The dosage form was contained in a 50 ml distilled water filled cell that was suspended from the arm of a tablet disintegration equipment. Water at 37 degrees Celsius in 150 cc of pure water at the same temperature. The cell was elevated and lowered 30 times per minute. The dialysis membrane agitates as it enters and exits the bath by slightly flexing and stretching. 60 rpm of rotations is used in this dialysis method and sample amounts collected and contents are analyzed. And these are the references for this chapter, and thank you students for your patience listening. Thank you all.